right. That's a bit better. I have to sort this banner back out in the background here. Shalom, everybody. Blessings. How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Did You Know? All right. It's a bit late in the evening, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. All right. So all praises to the Most High if you're just joining in. All right. And those of you who are on Instagram, hearty shalom to you over there at GOCC144. As you can see, the background's a bit different. We've been traveling. The banner got folded up. Goodness, so we need to actually straighten that out. All right, just give everybody a little time to come in right now. You know, when you come in, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. If you're just running into the channel, all right. And I am Elder Rawchaa of the Gathering of Christ Church. All right, saying blessings to everybody out there, and shalom and all praises to the Most High, Ahaya, Washing, Shaya, Wa, Dash, Wak. All right. If you don't know what that means, that's the name of the Most High, through Christ and the Holy Spirit. All right. Shalom, Elder Rawchaa from Hawaii. Hey, blessings down there in Hawaii. What's up, Jamaican? Blessings. All right, man. I see people coming in. Shalom. People coming in on the live feed on the the Instagram. Yes, Ochiman, big up yourself. All right. This is gonna go into a little breakdown here, real quick. All right, real quick. All right, and I'm going to go into the book of Josephus tonight. All right, Josephus, if you can see it. I'm in Josephus. I'm in book 2, War of the Jews, chapter 8. I'm going to pick up about verses. I'm going to pick up about paragraph 2. But before I get there, all right, this did you know might be a little bit longer than previous. All right, and it's did you know, united we live, divided we die. All right, why have I chosen this topic? Why am I going here? Did you know here? As everybody can see what's going on right now, and things are getting ramped up, and things are getting more, disastrous, and war is looming on the horizon. Really and truly, brothers and sisters, we have united. You with me? And the disciples did things that I think we should all can take a page out of and have a look. This topic we have touched it already in class, in previous classes, but we're gonna touch it again tonight. We're gonna deal with it again tonight here on this broadcast. All right. It's a bit late. Forgive me. Like I said, this might be a little bit longer than the normal one. All right. I said people coming in. Bless up, big up. You with me? Love and respect to all the family over there. All right. Now check this out. When you go into the book of Acts, the 4th chapter, I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm not paraphrase. You can read it in your own time. The disciples made a decree, and they told everyone to sell what they have and bring it in, and said, "Let's make all things common. Let's make all things common amongst the brethren by dividing up as of need." So if there was a family there that needed more, they would be allocated more, and family that needed less, so on and so forth. All right. Now, people would see that and go, "Oh, that's that's cultish, or that was a cult." And I tell you what, in history, this was the first time that the Church of Christ was actually referred to as a cult when they did this. All right. Now, when you go into the book of Josephus now, into the historian, from a historic perspective. All right, check this out. All right, you can see it. You're online seeing it. All right, I'm in the book of Josephus. I'm in War of the Jews, book 2, chapter 8. I'm gonna pick up a paragraph 2. I'm gonna read a little bit here. All right, it says here, "For there are 3 philosophical sects among the Jews. The followers of the first of which are the Pharisees, of the second the Sadducees, and the third sect, which pretends to a severe discipline, are called Essenes." Now, let me put a disclaimer out there first. I'm not bringing out an Essene doctrine and telling nobody that they must go and become a vegetarian and go fall off of earth somewhere. All right? No. Okay? If that's what you're thinking, no. We're not. I'm not. That's not what we're pushing here. I'm showing you I'm showing you the Essenes, how they were operating based on observation by the historian Josephus. And I'll start from the top again, just putting that disclaimer out there. All right. says this, for there are three philosophical sects among the Jews, the followers of the first of which are the Pharisees, the second the Sadducees, and the third sect, which pretends to a severer discipline, are called Essenes. These last are Jews by birth and seem to have a greater affection for one another than the other sects. No, what is it saying here? A greater affection. What does it say? They showed love amongst each other. They showed unity amongst each other more than the Pharisees and the Sadducees. How do I know that? I'm going to keep reading. It says here, these Essenes reject pleasures as an evil, but esteem continence and conquest over their passions to be a virtue. So they had self-control, they were disciplined. They neglect wedlock, but choose out of their persons children while they are pliable and fitter for learning, and esteem them to be of their own family, and from them according to their own manners. They do not absolutely deny the fitness of marriage and the succession of mankind thereby continued, but they guard against lascivious behavior of women and are persuaded that none of them preserve their faithfulness to one man. All right. So when you look at the beloved apostle Paul operated, he operated like a monk, what we call a monk. Never took a wife and so on. A lot of the Essenes didn't do that, but they would take, they would take children out and grow them as their own. You with me? Check this out. Where am I? Yep. Okay. Paragraph 3. These men are despisers of riches, and so very communicative as raises our admiration. So Josephus is saying that the way they operated, they admired it. Okay? It says here, nor is there anyone to be found among them who has more than another. For it is a law among them that those who come to them must let what they have be common to the whole order. In so much that among them all there is no, excuse me, it says here, let me start that bit again, that those who come to them must let what they have be common to the whole order, in so much that among them all there is no appearance of poverty or excess of riches, but every one's possessions are intermingled with every other's possession, and so there is, as it were, one patrimony among all brethren. So when the Essenes got together, check this out. It wasn't mine. It wasn't his. It was ours. It was common. It was, you understand me? They shared. They showed love. So Josephus is saying that, listen, when he looked at them, it raised the admiration, because why? The appearance of poverty wasn't there. Now, like I said earlier, if you go into the book of Acts, the disciples told them to do that. Listen, sell all your things and come, and we're going to divide it up amongst the people as of need. We're going to make all things common. You understand? And that, hence why this Did You Know is titled, United We Live, Divided We Die. I'm going to keep reading here. It says here, they think, let me go down. Let me go down to paragraph 4. All right. Now this is a key one here. It says, they have no one certain city, but many of them dwell in every city. And if any one of their sect come from another place, what they have lies open for them, just as if it were their own, and they go into such as they never knew before. And if they had and if they had been ever so long acquainted with them. So basically what it's saying here is that they would leave from the Essenes, or these men would live all over, not in any one particular city. But when one came from another city, or one came from another spot there, they would welcome them and let them have whatever was there that was needed. Now, what comes to mind here when I read this is that Christ told the disciples them that when they were going, they should take no purse, no scrip, because a workman is worthy of his hire. So what would happen is that when the disciples would go into certain cities to preach, there'd be people there waiting for them to come and would give them what they needed to spread the gospel. That's how they were operating. United, we live. Divided, we die. I'll keep reading here. Let me start back at paragraph 4. They have no one certain city, but many of them dwell in every city. And if any one of their sect come from another place, what they have lies open for them, just as if it were their own. And they go into such as they never knew before, as if they had been ever so long acquainted with them. So they would be friends, they would be like family. They'll just go and go, yeah, yeah, I've known you for years, it's like family. Why? Because they had a common faith. I'm going to keep you, I'm going to show you something here. It says here, for which reason they carry nothing at all with them when they travel into remote parts, though still they take their weapons with them. So they would take like a staff, or a sword or something, just for protection. Okay? It says here, for which reason they carry nothing at all with them when they travel into remote parts, though still they take their weapons with them for fear of thieves. Accordingly, there is in every city where they live one appointed particularly to take care of strangers and to provide garments and other necessities for them. Now, when you read in Ezra, second Ezra, it tells you about being like pilgrims, living off our backs. And it's another thing, like when you look at the church, I'm coming up to the time. When you look at the church and how we have been establishing the church all over the earth, you with me? It's going back to how these brothers are operating, where people would be able to come into areas and have refuge, have clothing, food, shelter, support when all hell breaks loose. Let me keep reading. It says here, it says here, it says here, but the habit and management of their bodies in such as children use were who are in fear of their masters, nor do they allow the change of garments of shoes until they are first torn to pieces or worn out by time. So they weren't flossing, man. They weren't wearing. They never had six pair of sneakers or trainers or sandals as it was back in the day. Whatever they were wearing for shoes, they wore it until it went down. Then they would replace it. It says here, nor do they either buy or sell anything to one another, but every one of them gives what he has to him that wants it, and receives from him again in lieu of what may be convenient for himself. And although there was no payment made, they are fully allowed to take what they want of whoever they please. So they bartered, man. They traded. They weren't trying to profit off each other. So, for example, let's say one man was a carpenter. So I'm building a house. I need a bed, but I'm a builder. I can do construction. I can build a house. So you make me my furniture, and I'll build your house for you. And that's how they live. And I tell you what, right? Growing up in the Caribbean, growing up in Jamaica, in the old days it used to be like that, where one man would be a roofer, the other one would be, another skill, and they would trade amongst each other. Think about it. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna close off in a little bit. Okay. Where are we? Here we go. Here we go. It says here. And as for their piety towards the Most High, it is very extraordinary. For before sunrise, they speak not a word about profane matters, but up certain prayers, put up certain prayers which they have received from their forefathers, as if they made supplication for its rising. After this, every one of them are sent away by those in charge to exercise some of their arts wherein they are skilled. So they would leave in the morning, they'd sunrise, they'd pray, and they'd go about and then do whatever that they were skilled in. You with me? And when you get a chance, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna close off. When you get a chance, brothers and sisters, you need to, have a read at this and see, get a perspective of why the disciples told them to operate like that. You understand me? All things common. United we live, divided we die. Brothers and sisters, that's all we have tonight for Did You Know? I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. Click the subscribe button, click the like button if you like it. As a matter of fact, if you dislike it, click that as well. You with me? But spread it. Get it out there, all right? All right, man. That's all the time we have for today. Next week, most I willing. You with me? Close it off with this one. That's right. Shalom.